the problem is that I don't think we've had any communication from either Chris Smalls or Jacob Berger or anybody else that has been taken, let's be honest, hostage, because that's what's happened.
Oh, absolutely. These are hostages.
And
They've been kidnapped. Yeah.
This is the last message that was put out there by Jacob Berger.
The last video you see from me for a while. Tonight, we believe that the Zionist entity will come to kidnap us in international waters.
Well, you know, they did posts that went out after, Peter. They did posts that each one of them had a post that was released that was, if you're seeing this, it's we've been kidnapped. We've already been taken. So this is not the last one. Like the last one that we have that we should see from him is the one that would have been from afterwards.
Well, this is from afterwards. This is from after they were kidnapped. These were posts that got dropped purposefully after they were kidnapped.
Okay, because I thought they all made like the exact same post. All right, okay.
Everything has been confiscated.
Illegal siege of Gaza going on since 2007. I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this journey. The fight continues on. No matter what happens to me and the rest of the crew, please promise me you'll continue to fight for Palestine, to fight for the people of Gaza, to end this genocide. Because the world is woken up. Zionism must end. It is truly evil. Zionism is not Judaism. And
that's the point that I think needs to be hammered home harder than anything else.
Yeah.
If you guys see the post that I put out on social media, which we will talk about after this segment, you know, the Zionists walk amongst us. They're here. And the more that the state of Israel is threatened with being dissolved, if you will, the harder they're going to dig in and the harder they're going to push. Now, some of you may have seen, and we may discuss it with CanCon, but Randy Fine apparently went too far with his commentary regarding starving the children, and AIPAC has decided to cut ties with him. Now, do I think they cut ties with him because they share the same or they disagree with his sentiment? No, I think they did it because he's not good for business. I think he's just gone too far. That's definitely good for our friend Clint Russell.
They're just trying to make a point. No. That's just for the optics. It's just optics. They could not care less.
No. Again, the only reason they would cut ties with Fine is if they feel that he is a liability.
Exactly.
That is the only reason. They would not cut him for any other reason. They thought he was great for business, but the fact that you have, and again, we're going to get to it in a minute, but it's imperative that we recognize the key point here that Jacob Berger is putting out, which is what Jen has put out, which is what we've been emphasizing for the longest time, which is Judaism and Zionism are two completely separate entities. And unfortunately, the Zionists are hell-bent on trying to convince people that 95% of Jews agree with Israel, support Israel, and agree with genocide. That is not true.
No.
Do I think the number is high? Yeah, it's probably higher than 50%, but that doesn't mean it's everybody. And that doesn't mean because the majority agrees with the support of the state of Israel that
No. You might think it's a majority. You mean of white Jews in this country or in Western countries?
No, I'm talking about, well, yeah, exactly.
Okay, because do you know where is the second largest Jewish population in, West Asia outside of Israel?
Probably Iran.
Yes. There's 13 synagogues in Tehran alone. So the point is that there are a lot of Jews in the world that are not necessarily on board with Zionazism.
One can only hope.
I just can't say enough. I'm out and say I lost words. I've tried to make this video 5 or 6 times, but I just want y'all to know that I have no regrets. I'm at peace with our decisions, and I know at the end of the day, we are stronger together, no matter how much and how hard it seems that impossible to get to a free Palestine. I know one day, inshallah, it will be. I love you all very much, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Free Palestine. Jacob Berger out.
Yeah, so I had seen that like the day before that they were boarded. So that I saw that on that he did that on Saturday because they were abducted Saturday night. And then another video went out that they all recorded saying, if you're seeing this, it's because we've been kidnapped. And that was the last video that they they all put out. But, I don't know what's going to happen to them. I don't think that they will be like violated and abused. I don't think so. You've got 7 countries worth of people represented. I just don't think so, but I wouldn't trust that.
No. Why would you even make a statement like that?
Because the first of all, in their mind, these are white people coming to save the less human Palestinians. So to them, they do, and they also know that these are people that are nationals of different countries that they're trying to not have hate them all right now. So I don't think it's that simple.
When you think about the way things operate in this country, just remember, this is probably credit to Rogue DNC. This image captures it perfectly. Just remember, it doesn't matter who you vote for.
No.
Voting for the 2 major parties, this is what you're going to get. You may think that it's worse under Trump because he's a very unlikable person. But make no mistake, everything was set in motion under the Biden administration. And without question, would have continued under the heavy hand of Kamala Harris if she was president right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Anyone who wants to have revisionist history about how this would have been conducted. The Trump administration has not issued a statement regarding the kidnapped Americans on the Freedom Flotilla.
Yes, Tony D is asking. Yeah, Chris Smalls was kidnapped, Jacob Berger. How many total were on there?
Probably 20, I want to say, something like that.
If somebody knows how many on there, but I want to say there were 7 that are American citizens. There were a handful of like French. There were it was a mixed bag of all different countries. But I want to say there were 7 U.S. on board.
Yeah. You see, this is also why we don't collaborate with Kyle, because this is not the answer.
Oh my God, he has fallen so far. Like, it's sad for me a little bit, especially when I was just on with Jamarl, who was also one of the original people that I started watching years ago when I started watching Secular Talk. And it's just amazing how far Kyle has gone. Like, yeah.
I mean, do you attribute that all to her? Do you think?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that's just, it just happened and that's just the way it is. But no, I just think it's unfortunate. And maybe he is getting paid, I don't know.
I mean, I would say that any of the content creators that we have seen out there that have been very Democratic Party adjacent, and we're not just talking about the biggest content creators, we're talking about even ones that one would potentially consider to be, left adjacent, politicos, if you will. But it should come as no surprise that when you look at certain channels and all they talk about is Trump 24/7, and they are put at the top of the algorithm, that is a version of getting paid.
Yeah, no, Kimmy, I know he gets paid to keep that voice. I meant like directly by the Democrats in particular. I know he gets paid for whatever his positions to appease his audience, the clicks and all of that. I just meant like, for all I know, he specifically gets paid by the DNC. I have no idea.
If you guys were to check the content that is out there right now, I got to be honest, I really haven't seen much in terms of coverage of the Handela being sieged. I just haven't. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody in the audience want to tell me that I'm wrong regarding the type of coverage that has been given to Jacob Berger and Chris Smalls? Because I really haven't seen much. Have you, Jen?
No, actually, other than, he went on Piers Morgan. I mean, that was who covered it, was Piers Morgan.
Well,
wait, somebody said something in here that I thought was in. Victoria says my algorithm always suggests videos. When that happens to me, I just say not interested and don't suggest again. And that way it'll stop suggesting those if you don't want to watch them. That's what I do when things come up that I don't want to see.
Prime Ray, great to see you, pal. And
Prime time, Ray.
Can't say that that's the type of food that Jen and I are going to eat, but I am sure you will enjoy it quite a bit.
No, but that's actually, I recognize that that's like healthy food for you. I do.
Mike Figueredo is good people. 1,000.
We love Mike Figueredo.
Yeah. Mikey's, very
he's a good guy. He just is.
Yes. And he earned that audience. And he, unlike a lot of other people, also helps smaller content creators get their opportunity. He did that for us when we started. That is a real loyal person.
He doesn't have ego in it, and he has no problem like sharing spotlight and helping other. He's really, he's easy to work with.
I think, Irene, this is kind of what's going around right now, and this is what's as deeply concerning about this story, is that it doesn't seem that it's getting the necessary attention, and maybe the word is going out that they're really not supposed to talk about it, because if this becomes an international incident, could you even imagine if there has to be some type of a negotiation to get actual Americans back? You know, we've been listening for 2 years, bring the hostages home, yet, of course, basically all of them supposedly that are in, under Hamas's control. These are Israelis. These are not Americans. And we have a situation, an international incident here where actual Americans are kidnapped. And they are kidnapped by Israel. I don't know about you, but I would say let's bring them home.
Well, but we never addressed the American citizens that were executed by Israel. There have been a handful of those that we know about. We saw
what Medea did confronting Debbie. A guy's murdered from South Florida, and gives a shit.
Right.
He ain't one of ours.
So if we're not going to do anything for citizens of ours that get killed there, why do you think we're going to do anything to care about our citizens that are held hostage here? The only thing that I think is helpful is that I do believe other countries will care about their people more so than our country cares about us. And because of that, this variety of other countries, they very well might have people working behind the scenes and trying to figure stuff out for them. Our people don't give a crap.
No.
So, I think somebody from Colombia, there was, I don't remember, but it was like a bunch of different countries.
Well, it's very international as well, but there are several Americans that are on board that flotilla. And as I said, this is the.
I love that. That's truth right there.
Yeah, it's a good line.